Hello, everyone. This is the Environmental Conservation Board. And if you're here for one of our applications, we'll get to those shortly, but we have a guest speaker tonight. And so that will take about maybe 15 minutes or so. And we'll go from there.
Okay,
So,
I'm here.
hi, Jim.
Hi, Jim.
Hi, sorry I'm late.
Perfect.
Okay.
Oh, no, you're
You're
right on time.
exactly on time.
Oh, well, I'm lucky.
So, before we get to our guest, I just wanted to let you know Mike Warner is out this week, so we don't have him joining us this week. And Edith and Justin are also unable to join us.
No.
And if I can just get an approval for the minutes, we'll get to our speaker.
So moved.
Thank you. And a second?
I'll
I'll
second.
second.
Second,
I'll third.
third,
Yeah,
fourth?
third.
Everyone, all in favor?
And we're all in favor.
We're in favor.
Aye.
Perfect. Rachel, if you want to take the floor.
Guess I need to unmute myself.
I will
I'm
stop.
gonna replace your, yes.
Yep.
All right. Can everybody see my screen?
Yes.
Okay.
Yep.
All right. Well, thank you for inviting me. My name is Rachel Scudder. I'm a planner and the Climate Smart Communities Coordinator for the Genesee Finger Lakes region, which covers 9 counties. And I'm here just to give a brief overview about the Climate Smart Communities program. I did time it. It's about 13 minutes, so I do have a little bit of wiggle room. But basically, I'm just going to do a brief overview of some of the actions and kind of go into next steps. This slide just shows a little bit about my background. I have a bachelor's in landscape architecture from ESF. I have a master's in urban design and community regional planning from Iowa State. Before my role at GFL, I worked at the Mount Ascutney Regional Planning Commission, but I'm from Rochester, specifically Irondequoit, so I wanted to come back home, and I've been working for the Genesee Finger Lakes Regional Planning Council since 2022.
Great.
Just a little bit about the Climate Smart Communities program. It started in 2009 as an interagency initiative, but it's housed in the DEC. And all of these agencies work together to produce a very cohesive program that targets climate mitigation and adaptation. In 2018, the Climate Smart Communities portal was created. And prior to this, everything was a paper application. So this just created more ease for the user, a place for communities to upload documentation, communicate with reviewers, and then also track their progress. In 2022, when I was hired, the DEC started funding regional climate smart community coordinators, and essentially our role is to build capacity for smaller municipalities to participate in the program and achieve certification. So my role as coordinator is, like I was saying, to help municipalities register and become certified in the program, assist in preparing greenhouse gas inventories, preparing adaptation, mitigation, and climate action plans, helping with training workshops and giving presentations. We table at different events, including I think I'll be in Geneva for their during Earth Week, and just tabling there, helping communities connect with different grant opportunities and any other climate-related program that might help them reach their goals, and helping with project implementation, whatever that would mean for a community. So there's 3 different steps to becoming a climate smart community, or I guess there's 3 different phases, I would say. One is to register in the program, which the town of Canandaigua already has done, which is great because sometimes that is a really big hurdle, because there's a 10-step pledge that a community has to take. And once you've done it, you never have to do it again. So, you know, congratulations on that. And then the next step is just to pursue a bronze certification, and then there's a silver certification, and everything adds together. So once you've completed your 120 points, you're 120 points away from your 300-point silver certification. And the town is already very active in the Clean Energy Communities program, which is focused towards municipal energy. And these are just on the right. You can just see some of the actions that they've already completed, and every single action listed here is an action in Climate Smart. And so they're directly correlated on purpose, and that will earn the community points in the Climate Smart application. These are all of the different tenets of certification. I'm not going to list them all, but I just wanted to show the wide range of entry points. Most of the time when I'm working, you know, in an introductory phase with a community, I find that they're already basically a climate smart community. They just need to prove it via the application. So there's a lot of different topic areas, and I'm just going to go through some actions that I either see a lot or I think are low-hanging fruit. And so 30 points out of the 120 right away is mandatory. And this is to establish a task force like an environmental board and assign a coordinator. The other 2 are pretty big give-me's as well. Just participating in the clean energy program is one. And then if the town works with any community group or a watershed group, soil and water, anything like that, that will count as that second part. This is overlays with the clean energy goals again. If the town has done any energy audits, indoor or outdoor lighting upgrades, this means any conversion to LEDs. Building upgrades, which it sounds like the town's going through right now, which includes HVAC, water efficiency, and energy management. And if the town has done a fleet inventory, we find that most public works are already doing a fleet inventory to some extent, and it's just formatting it to the template that the DEC accepts. The next one is shifting to renewable energy. This could include heat pumps, solar installation, wind and energy installation, or even just conducting an energy feasibility study. Materials management, oftentimes I've seen that towns already collect yard waste, or they do like a Christmas tree drop off, or they've piloted some sort of compost program for food waste. Recycling is another tenet of materials management. Most towns, I mean, by law, have been recycling for decades. And this includes, you know, if the town has had any major contribution to even like a county program, or if they use, you know, a county recycling program to do education and outreach, or if they host any type of recycling events, or even if they support a reuse or community repair program, which we've seen a lot of those pop up in the last, I would say, 5 years. This is one that we also see a lot, which is if the town has a complete streets policy, if they've installed any alternative fuel infrastructure, conducted a natural resource inventory, done any sort of planning or infrastructure improvements for biking and walking. And this could include sidewalks, crossing, any sort of safety measure to make it easier for people to use alternative modes of transportation. Another one that we see a lot is if the town has completed a comprehensive plan that includes sustainability elements, and that will count towards the application, or if there's conservation districts or anything like that. And another tenet is community resilience and adaptation, which includes any work with the watershed groups, including culvert and dam work, repairing riparian buffers, shoreline, watershed planning and protection, source water protection, and flood mapping. Or if the town has installed any green infrastructure projects like bioswales, rain gardens, anything like that, that keeps water on site. Even if the town does not have their own farmers market, if they market it in some way, if they provide any sort of financial incentive, if the Chamber of Commerce has like a buy local or green campaign, or if their town has conducted any sort of brownfield cleanups and redevelopment. And again, I'm going very fast, so I apologize for that. These are also, I would say, give me's, and they're also really good just to get a climate smart task force started. One thing I always suggest to communities is that they do a climate change education engagement, like a scope of work, essentially. It's a priority action, which there are 3 in the program. And essentially you just define your goals for education and engagement, and then you plan them, you execute them, and then it gives you a little bit of headway, especially if you're working with the public. It just, I think it's also very motivating, to actually get things done. Another give me is just adding a page on the town's website, or creating a social media presence, which there are very specific things that need to be included according to the action, but it's essentially just writing down what are the goals of the group, what are ways that community members can reduce their climate footprint, etc. Another give me that kind of goes with that climate education engagement part is an annual progress report, and this would be kind of further on in the process. But it could also be, it sounds like this group is doing a lot of different work already, so it's essentially just reporting what you're doing, and uploading it so that the public can see what type of work is being done by the group. And then there's also a bucket for innovative actions. So this just means anything that is related to climate mitigation and adaptation that doesn't quite fall into one of the actions. We can always upload that for points as well. So there's a lot of different ways to get into this program and be successful in your application. Another thing, and I haven't updated this table in a while, so We've actually seen that more grants administered by New York State are considering climate smart, but these are specific ones that we know consider climate smart registration and certification when you apply for them. And one is obviously the Climate Smart Communities Grant, the ZEV infrastructure program, smart growth community planning and zoning grants, which could include if the town wanted to do a comprehensive plan, and then the DEC's water quality improvement projects. And like I said, we've seen, I guess we've heard from municipalities that we work with that in the last couple CFA rounds, we've seen that the state is just asking about community's involvement in this program. We're not sure exactly what that means, but we know that it's something that is a goal of the CLCPA and the state's climate goals. So where do we go from here? I just shared a bunch of information about the different actions, but the real question is, who's going to do this? And it sounds like the environmental board would be in a really good place to take something like this on. And we typically ask that somebody from staff be involved just because it's easier to coordinate with some of the documentation that needs to be done. And then you can always add, citizens to the group or, whoever would like to be involved. And so the town has already taken the pledge, and the next step that would need to happen is just creating the portal profile, establishing the task force formally via resolution, assigning the coordinator, which happens in that task force resolution, and then basically what we do from there. And step 2 and 3 can happen kind of opposite, they can happen interchangeably. But basically what I do is I just sit down, and it's very tedious, but I just sit down with normally like a town supervisor and members of the task force, and normally someone from Public Works, because they just have an idea about what's going on in the buildings and on the grounds. And we just go through every single action, which there's over 100. And we basically just see what the town has already done. And like I was saying, most of the time, if a community doesn't have the 120 points, they're very, very close. I'm guessing that the town of Canandaigua has already gone above and beyond. I'm just kind of guessing based off of the clean energy community efforts. But that would be our first step. And then basically what we do is we just go back through and we prove it in the application, and then you submit.
Great. Thank you, Rachel.
Yep. And here's my information. Does anybody have any questions? That was a lot. This used to be a 30-minute presentation, so
Yeah.
my apologies.
Yeah, we appreciate you, crunching it down into 15 minutes. We do have a full agenda. I think we need to move on, but we will definitely reach out to you and explore next steps. Yeah.
Awesome.
I know there was a
Rachel.
lot of things on your list that we had.
Yeah.
Yeah. And I'll send you the presentation, and just thank you for having me. And I know you don't want to go too late, so I'll let you all go.
Thank you so much.
All
Thank
right,
you very much.
guys.
Thank you.
Thank
Yep.
you.
Bye-bye.
All righty.
Kim, when you get that presentation, would you share it with everybody else?
Will do.
Thank you.
There was a lot of things that she talked about that we already had, like
Mhm.
the comp plan, and she mentioned natural resource inventory, and there was quite a few different things that she talked about that we had.
Sounds like we have a good head start,
We do.
right?
Yep.
Good.
Let me just share my screen again. Thank you, Gary, for arranging that.
I'll go.
All righty. Let me see who our guests. Let's see. Sandy and Kyle, which applications are you here for? We'll do whichever ones you're here for first.
If I may, I'm here for Skyline Pro Electric #1, item 1.
I'm sorry? Which
I'm
one?
here for Skyline Pro Electric, item number
Okay.
1.
All right.
Yeah, and Bob and Sandy Reynolds are here for the 4594 County Road 4 property.
Okay. Perfect. We will do the Skyline one first, and then we'll do the other one second. So thank you very much. Kyle, did you want to give an introduction about your project while I'm bringing things up?
Sure. My name is Kyle Krenzer. My family and I live on Rossier Road. We actually live at 5690 Rossier Road, which is directly behind the property that we're talking about here. We are currently looking to finalize the purchase from the Burt family of this about 2.7 acre lot, which is directly in front of our property. Makes our property a rectangle instead of an actual flag lot. It'll just kind of square it off by a natural kind of a ditch that runs through there. I'm also the owner of Skyline Pro Electric and SL Property Holdings. And ultimately the goal of this property, we're not looking to put the two properties together, but the ultimate goal of this property is to remove the construction pickup trucks from my electric company from my wife's to my front driveway and our team, and make my wife happy, and eventually move that into up into a new building up front. So get it off our residential property and still move forward on having it close, but not actually on our property anymore. We also are looking with this property, we're looking to put up the building, but it's actually a twofold. Honestly, the property, we're looking to actually put a 1-bedroom apartment in it for my mother-in-law to actually live nearby. So that's kind of the goal. This is the kind of the first meeting that I've been able to attend due to scheduling conflicts, and jumping on it, I guess, today and asking, seeing if there are any questions on it and seeing what you guys need from me so we can go through and finally get this sale completed. So we did this. We've had a sale contract with the Burt family since the end of last year, and it's just here we are finally. So we've been things have been dragging, and we needed to move forward.
All righty. Well, we are after the PRC. We're the first meeting that you would come across. So so it all goes from here. And you're just doing a subdivision, correct?
It's parsing off the 2.7 acres from the Burt field. Marks Engineering already did the survey for us and split it all up for us, which we have submitted to you guys.
And that's just this little bump out that's on this.
It's a little bump out, which kind of makes their property funny shaped. So we're just helping them to make their property more uniform.
Yeah.
I did see from Encore that looked like that had been used for agriculture, but I know really small little lots like that, because I helped the ag committee as well. And they've talked about small lots being harder to farm. So
Right, yeah. And we have yard, and you look at it from Encore, our grass goes around it. My parents actually live directly next door to us. We share a driveway. And that lot is it does a better job of growing water than it does of growing anything else. Soybeans, they do okay. Corn a few years ago in it, but it was really just a reserve field over there.
it did look kind of wet on Encore.
It has moments of it.
So I can bring that up so people can see that. Did anyone have any comments or questions on this one?
No, it seems very straightforward.
Yeah, it did. I agree on that.
Yeah.
Yeah. Gary and I went and drove by it, looked at it. Nope, we didn't have any problems.
If we can help Kyle make his wife happy, we should.
All right. All right.
So you can see the water right there.
Yeah.
So Kyle, you live next to that? Is
I
that-
actually live directly behind it at 5690. My parents live at 5700.
Mhm.
So,
Okay.
so I'm the flag lot behind them, and then my parent. I purchased that property, the 5700 a few years ago, and my parents were getting a little older, so we got them near us but not with us. Put a house
Very
there.
nice.
Nice.
Yeah.
It's good for the
I-
grandkids too. They can walk across the field to grandma and grandpa's house.
Mhm.
I saw in your seeker that there was a message or a comment about going geothermal or solar in the future.
Yeah, so when we built my parents' house at 5700, it's a key modular home. But with that, in doing it, we kind of worked through the pros and cons, and we went geothermal, and they have solar next door at 5700, and that's really a goal that we would have in the new building as well, is to put a solar in. And honestly, in doing it, we'd like to put the solar field on stands towards the back of the property line, closer to my physical house, because we would like to then put a solar field for our house closer to it. So it appears that the two solar fields are together, 2 rows of them. From the road, it would look similar, kind of help the obstruct, the overall not so great view of solar panels. Being an electrical contractor, I see that a lot. And, we're trying to consolidate the image of it in the field, keep the green in space. We love where we are, but yeah, solar and geothermal, forced air geothermal in the building is definitely a goal.
Right.
Very
Mhm.
nice.
How big of a solar array would it ultimately be?
So it really depends on our wattage of our panels that we're looking at. The panels overall, both eventually would be just a DC system, no storage or anything like that. It would just be supplemental to kind of get our electric meter to stop spinning. Being that we're geothermal in the house, or I mean in the building, it'd be a 100 amp system. So it wouldn't be much larger than your couple thousand square foot residential array. So I don't actually know the physical length and specs of it, unfortunately, off the top of my head. I'm just trying to buy the property right now.
Right.
Yeah.
Well, we do like it when people are considering solar and geothermal. So
Yes. We
thought
do
I would,
appreciate that.
I mean, it
thought
makes
would
sense.
note.
It just
Yeah.
does.
So when you do get to building, we do like to see native species used in your landscaping. So I'll just mention that now. It has nothing to do with your subdivision. So,
Okay.
but just for planning in the future.
Okay.
I don't have any comments unless anyone else does.
Nope.
No, I'm good. Looks great.
Yep. Looks like a perfect place to make a subdivision.
Yep.
Yeah.
Easy way to get to work, but I actually get to leave my house and go to work.
There you go.
Oh, very nice.
Mhm.
And did you have any questions for us?
I don't think so. I think at this point, we're just really trying to push forward. I mean, you guys will be seeing me a lot, I think, coming up here as we finally get through the purchase and then get into the actual building process, get the site plan done, get the septic figured out. We're pretty aware that we'll be doing full raised bed on this system because, well, if you look at the Encore, my septic system sits right up by the road. It's full raised bed. It's pretty obvious. My parents are next door are full raised bed.
Mhm.
It's just nothing perks around us, so we just know
Yeah.
it. So we'll have to figure out the well situation. The well is probably going to end up further back in the property, back corner of the property, kind of where the wet area is, because there seems to be water back there. So I end up putting a well back there, and then the septic more towards the face. But we'll be talking about that once we get, all the sale completed.
Very
Mhm.
nice. Well, so what we do is we make a recommendation to the planning board, and they can take our advice or not. It's their choice.
Right.
And you'll probably be going to the planning board. Is it this month?
This month I'm on, yep, I'm on the agenda
Okay.
for, and at the agricultural board as well. I'm on both those already.
And they will ask questions about like, is it being farmed now? Would it be farmed in the future? But, you know, with such a small area like that, they would probably say it's like a loss of farmland, but
It's
not
100%, it's a write-off loss for the bird
Yeah.
farm as it is.
but they
write it
would
off
probably
right-
say it's not like a significant loss or something like
Right,
that.
right now, no, it's,
Yeah.
they literally write the field off every year anyways, because doesn't produce hardly any yield for them.
Yeah.
It's in case a field catches on fire or something happens, catastrophic, a little extra. Hope.
Well, that's a good thing to tell the ag board, so,
Yep.
or the ag committee, so,
Yep.
because they'll ask you those type of questions.
Great.
Very nice. Well, thank you so much for joining us tonight.
Thank you very
Thank
much,
you.
everyone. Have a good night.
You
as
too.
well. And let's get to County Road 4. Sandy, would you want to talk about your project while I'm getting stuff pulled up?
Yeah, we were kind of hoping that Mark's Engineering would be on here. They were supposed to be joining for the meeting, so. Basically, my husband and I own property at 4594, I'm sorry, County Road 4 and 4600 County Road 4. There was previously a small house at 4594, and that was torn down a year ago, February. We're in the process of trying to put a modular up on that property. To do so, we needed to move the lot line slightly on the 4600 property to accommodate the 4594 house. So that's what we're looking at right now.
Okay. And I see you have a variance in as well.
Right, the variance was for the lot line adjustment.
Okay.
When we divided the lots back in 1989, when we built the house at 4600, the lot widths were 100 feet, not 125. And we did the 100 on one and the 102 on the second one. But now with it being 125, that's why we would need the variance to make the other house fit. It would be on the garage side of the house. That would just be a few feet short, actually. And Mark's Engineering recommended that we do a lot line change, and it would make it better for the variance.
Okay.
So how much of a variance is going to be needed?
I think it ended up being like 18 feet or something like that.
I can open that up, Gary. Let's see. So they're looking at the lot width is going to be less than 125 feet. And so it would be 81, a little over 81 feet is proposed for a lot width.
For the width.
Right. So that's based on the 125-foot frontage.
Right.
But we were told when we tore the house down at 4594 that we were grandfathered in on both of those lots at the 100 feet. So if that's the case, then we'd only be looking at a variance of what, 43 feet? Right?
18 feet.
That's what you're looking at now.
Yeah.
Right. Well, 80 feet, 18 feet, or are we looking at 43 feet?
Your current, so your variance application is for a variance of 43.73 feet to make that 125-foot requirement.
Okay, but if we were grandfathered in at the 100 feet road frontage, wouldn't we need a variance based on that?
Laws change and things get updated, and you
Right.
really have to go
Yeah.
by what's current.
We understand what's current, but we were told by someone in your office in February when we tore that house down, that we were grandfathered in at those road frontages for those 2 lots.
I can't answer that question.
Yeah, Sarah Reynolds was gonna look into that. When the last meeting they had, we talked about it and she said she would check
Okay.
on that and see.
Yeah.
You'd want to follow up with Sarah then, and you probably want to do it sooner rather than later because, let's see, when are you?
I think we go before the planning board on the 25th.
So the planning board, that's actually because you're asking for a increase in nonconformity. So they make a comment to the zoning board. So that's not a decision. They're making like a review and comment. And then it would go to the zoning board. So it would help if you follow probably up with Sarah before you go to that planning board meeting. So if you
Okay.
had any questions, those would be resolved before that.
Okay.
So
Now the variance wouldn't change anything, no matter how many feet it was, because both properties are owned by us. And when we put the other house on the other lot, if we get approval, our daughter's going to be taking over this house that we're living in now, so. And obviously when we're gone, she'll have the other one too, so we're not infringing on anybody as far as being too close to them. The lot line changes all in the front. Our house sits way back from the road, so there's nothing next to it.
oh, I understand. They try and make sure everything is answered and done in a correct way because people don't own houses forever. So things do sell. And so, they
Obviously.
do want to make sure. So yeah, if you reach out to Sarah, you can give her a call or you can message right through the cloud permit workspace right to her.
Okay.
So I would reach out to her. She can answer that. I really can't answer that question. I see what it says in here, but
Right.
Kim, can you open up the map in Cloud Permit?
or the site plan or the
Well, if you scroll up for the Cloud Permit, their map application is part of that program.
oh, you want that? Okay, I'm sorry.
Yeah,
Sorry,
okay,
I was not following there.
thinking ahead of me. Yeah, Jim and I drove by this as well, and we're just trying to. So, the new home. This is not divided. This lot is going to be divided with the southern section of that is going to be where the new home would be.
Well, there's already 2 lots. They're already divided.
The lots are 4,600 and 4,594. Where the new house is gonna be there was a house there till last spring. And everything complied, but we realized we're gonna have to put a new septic and everything. But no, that's not a new lot. It's a lot that's been existing there.
So what are we looking at? Is that both lots together?
Yes.
We should probably look at Encore.
Oh,
That might be better,
yeah.
Kim.
I'll go there.
Yeah. Then we can see them side by side.
That's
Encore's been very slow lately, so
It
you'll have to
has.
give
I
me a
noticed
minute.
the same in my office.
It kind of just sits there and thinks, you're like,
Yeah.
are you working? So this is the
Yeah.
parcel we're looking at.
right.
Yeah.
That's where the new house will go.
Mhm.
Okay.
And the other parcel is just to the left of that?
Yes.
This one?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
And in that last image we saw, there was looked like a structure right where that 4594 is. on
Right, it
this
was
map. So that would have
probably
been,
the
that was
old
the house that
house.
was torn down.
Yeah,
Right.
probably, yes.
That was torn down a year ago.
Yeah. This is an image from 24. That might have been an earlier image.
Yeah, I think that probably was.
Yeah,
And then your lot line adjustment goes a little bit this way, correct?
Correct.
Right.
yeah.
And you're intending on leaving the trees that are there? Because I see you have some mature trees.
Yes, we are.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Where is
So
the
when-
septic? The septic is going to be,
In the front, towards, and the roadside. Mark's Engineering's got that all mapped out already. You should have those plans.
Right,
Yeah.
you see them on the other plan.
Yeah.
They're on there.
There you
There
go,
it is.
right
There's
there.
septic.
Yeah, that's it
Yeah.
right there. It's,
Yeah.
So when it comes to protecting your trees, you're going to want to mark out their root zones. And that generally goes out as far as like the drip line, the crown of the tree. And you'll want to mark those and make sure people don't drive construction vehicles over those, because
Right.
that can damage or kill your trees.
And I think
Yeah,
Mark's
yeah,
Engineering
Mark's-
had talked about doing that.
yeah, Mark's
Yeah.
had actually moved the house over some to
Mm-hmm.
make sure that didn't happen.
Okay. All right.
Good.
I just want to mention not everybody realizes that. So
Oh, yeah. Yeah, when we started this, we actually had somebody come in, the two bigger trees, and we had them trimmed up and everything, so they wouldn't be hanging over the house or anything.
okay.
And they needed it badly. They hadn't been done in quite a few years, so it made a big difference.
Okay.
So is the purpose of moving the lot line to make sure the new house then is the regulated distance from the property perimeter there?
Yes,
Okay. So it's either move the lot line as in this variance or have a variance to build close to the edge.
Yeah, those would be setbacks. Yep.
Yeah. So, yeah. Thanks. That's the word I was looking for.
yeah, Mark.
So it's either move a lot line or get a setback variance, one or the
Yeah.
other.
Well,
Yeah.
Mark's recommended the lot line change and thought that would be better for everybody involved as far as getting it done.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
I think the lot line makes more sense from a standpoint of what somebody mentioned that you're maintaining these properties now, but you could sell these as two different lots, right?
Yeah.
And that gives the people who would buy the new house, right, the distance they need from the other property, and yeah, so that makes more sense.
Right.
Yeah.
Right, yeah.
Even though they're small.
Cleans it up. Yeah.
I noticed on the plans, I think it said that the roof drains, so your gutters and stuff like that would drain to a swale. And I did notice that Ontario County Soil and Water, they said that your drainage is poor. So you may want to consider, making sure that you have something that like slows down the water or lets the water infiltrate. Not sure if your swale's going to be enough or not, but
And the swales, it handles a lot of water. It's pretty good
Okay.
size. And
All right.
last year the county came through and cleaned the front ditches, and that cleaned up so much water. And when it rained a lot in the front
Yeah,
part of
okay.
these both lots, it made a huge difference.
Mhm.
we're just trying to bring up things because we have a lot of extreme weather events now. So
Yeah, we sure do. It seems like.
Definitely.
anything you can do to like try and slow that water down or let it soak in the ground more helps everybody, including yourselves.
Oh, yeah.
So, did anyone have any comments?
I like the project myself personally.
Yeah.
I think it looks very good.
Yeah, and I think giving the
I
options
think it's
makes
very
sense.
well thought out.
Yeah, we've just, our house now is just too much for the two of us. We're both getting on in age pretty good, and I've got a bad back and bad knees, and to have my daughter living here, that I can make her do more of my work.
Mhm.
Hmm.
So So one thing we like to suggest to folks when they're doing new houses and landscaping, we like to suggest putting in native trees and shrubs. So definitely keep that in mind when you're putting in some new
Yeah.
new landscaping.
I don't know how much you could see from the pictures before. We've done a lot in the front part of the house that's here now with trees and shrubs and everything.
Yeah.
So
Mhm.
And where can they get a list of the recommended native plantings?
We can include some in the minutes. I know the shrubs and small tree list that Edith created. She's one of our board members that isn't here tonight. That has a lot of really nice information. I think the tree list was kind of still a work in progress. So,
Okay.
but if you have any questions that we can help you with, you can always reach out.
Yeah.
Okay.
a couple years
Appreciate
ago, we put 4 smaller trees in the front of our house that we got up at Mayflowers, and it's what he recommended at the time. That was
Okay.
good for the climate and everything.
Very nice. So, I didn't have anything else unless anyone else does.
I'm good.
All
I'm
good.
good.
Well, thank you for joining us
right.
tonight, and I hope your project goes forward really well for you.
Thank you. I appreciate it.
Yeah, we'd like to get the house ordered as soon as we can.
Yeah.
I would definitely reach out to Sarah.
Okay.
Okay.
The office is the development office is a busy place, so
Right.
Yeah.
definitely just give her a call.
Will do.
Thank you guys very much.
Thank you.
Thank
Thank
you.
you.
Bye.
Thank
Good
you.
luck.
Bye-bye. Alrighty, let's see. Let's go back up the list some.
Do we have provisions for these, what are they, auxiliary housing units? I mean, if they had those 2 lots together and they wanted to build another structure, is that something allowed in the town?
The ordinance committee has been talking about that. You can have an attached ADU or accessory dwelling unit, but currently in the town, you cannot have a detached one. That's what they've been talking about.
Mhm.
And there's a lot of different concerns that folks have had.
Yeah.
And yeah, so that one has not moved
Okay.
moved very
It's
much yet. So
ADU, accessory development unit.
accessory dwelling unit, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Um,
Huh.
yeah, so you can have kind of like an addition on your house, like the in-law apartment on your house now, but you can't have a separate building. And they're talking about the separate building right now.
Hmm.
So,
Kim,
We
do you
will-
know what the town will let people put in an in-law addition? Will they let them put a bathroom in there?
I believe yes.
But you can't have like a kitchen, right? You can't do that. Do you know? Someone had asked me recently and I didn't
I'm-
really quite know how to answer that.
I can't remember.
Yeah.
They've covered a lot of this stuff recently, and I'm not remembering. I think though it has to be less than 50% of the size
Right.
of the primary building.
It's probably in the code somewhere.
It is.
Right.
It's probably in the ordinance meeting minutes too.
Okay.
So there's been a lot of concern that people would just try and build these not for their grandma, but for
Right.
short-term rentals and things like that. So
Yeah. Okay.
there was a lot of conversation.
Oh,
So
sure.
whatever
I'll bet.
so whatever they eventually come up with, it will come by us for review and comment.
Yeah.
So definitely keep it in mind, and if you have
Mhm.
comments, you can either send them to like the board members while they're still talking at ordinance, or I can always take them as well, or we have comments
Right,
do when
okay.
they come our way. So,
Kim, how do you get this? I don't want to take too much time. Right? You can tell me later. In this committee view in Cloud Permit, and I was trying to get to like a list of all the properties and I couldn't find. I have to put them in. I have to search them all.
so if you go to the dashboard, you can pick our meeting
Ah, okay.
and you can set the calendar length here. So, if it's something older or something farther in the future, although things don't get put onto the calendar too far out, it's usually like a month at a time.
Okay.
But then if you see our meeting, you can just like click on the different ones there. It will help you a lot.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
I'm sorry, I
Where,
should
where do
have.
you see our I don't see our meeting when I do that. I'm on my
Um,
dashboard. Can you go back?
So the maybe it doesn't show up. I mean, I've got a different access level than
Yeah.
most people, so
I just keep going back to the ECB where it says go back to dashboard, and then I go to the ECB and just keep picking that and then looking at the next one and then looking at the next one that we're looking at, you know?
Yeah. Okay. Thanks.
but yeah, I can always, if you're not seeing things, I think there's some different access levels, so we can always look at that as well if we need.
Yeah, if we get access to see our meeting, because I just see workspaces and it's what I usually see, and I have to cut and paste in the CPN number and search.
I will check and make sure you have a similar access. So now you see it, right, Pat?
I see the map. Yeah, I can pull things up. Yeah.
Okay.
Is that what you're asking me?
But so I'll make sure you have the same access as Pat. So
Okay.
maybe something got added differently.
Maybe
Yeah, maybe.
because Mark's the new guy.
Yeah.
Ish.
Newish. The youngin.
There you go.
So let's see.
All right, thanks.
Yep. No worries. Let's see. What's this one? I gotta.
Kramer.
My cats were entirely too helpful to me. They were knocking things around. I'm like, they ignore me most of the day, and then they were like all in here.
That's because you're doing something.
Exactly.
Just like children.
Kramer Road. Let's see. They're building a single family home. They do have a steep slope area. Let me bring up the site plan. There is a rain garden noted on their plans.
Yeah.
So it was actually
this-
nice. They put you can see the steep slope area.
This is a Bill Grove.
Yep.
His plans are good.
I actually he does put
pretty
some
clear.
different colors on.
Yeah, that
Sometimes I
helps,
think
doesn't
that
it?
makes it easier to see.
Yeah.
So yeah, this is a little rain garden over here in this corner. Let's see. Says according to Encore, they're mostly successional hardwoods and successional shrubland. That's accounts for 75% of the property.
Mm-hmm.
It's mostly black walnut and locust there.
Okay.
And a few sugar maples interspersed in there. And then and probably dead ash.
Imagine that, right?
Yeah, right.
So I from the looks of it, the roof drain was gonna go to the rain garden.
Could you blow that up a little bit,
Yep,
Kim? Just zoom in on the area a little bit more.
There you go.
Yeah.
It's definitely some steeper slopes there.
Yeah, coming on yeah.
It's kind of like a drumlin along there between 21 and Kramer.
Yeah.
Okay. It probably is.
Yeah, that's what it seems when you look at it. It's what you first think it is.
I did notice that it looks like they're going to leave some trees. I think those are trees that are staying.
Probably, usually
Oh.
they put an X through them if they're gonna take them.
Yeah. This says existing tree to remain, so I'm assuming these other
Yeah,
green
the
ones they've
same.
noticed are the same.
Yeah, because it says that TYP typical, so the typical example of leaving the trees.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
You think those are all the locust, Jim?
The locusts were more along the frontage of the road, I think.
Okay.
I mean, locusts are kind of,
Yeah.
they can be a little invasive on their own.
I believe you can't actually purchase some varieties, I think, if I remember right.
It would be like honey locusts, maybe.
I think those are okay. I think
Yeah.
Yeah, these are native black locust.
Locust.
okay. But
And a lot of black walnuts there. So if they're planning, they're going to have to take that into consideration when their landscaping plan because of the toxicity of the black walnuts.
be a good reason for them to stay with native trees then and shrubs and plants. They're a
Yeah.
little more tolerant.
Go on.
Yep, my comments were suggesting native landscaping and making sure that the homeowners know how to take care of their rain garden.
yeah. Yeah, those can just go by the wayside fast.
Correct, and people just mow them over. So
Yeah,
if they know how to take care of it, I think they'd be a lot happier with that, and it would work better. Might also suggest not cutting any more trees than what they've noted on the plans, because those are all steep slopes and you're going to need all those trees to hold the slopes.
yeah.
Any idea what they're proposing to do? Let's see, behind the house there. It looks like are they cutting into the bank? Are
I
those
see.
Yeah, some, yeah, that's what all that purple is.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's the grading lines.
And
But they say they're gonna restore it to lawn after construction, so.
It's going to be pretty steep.
well,
Yeah. How much are this disturbing? Is that that they didn't meet?
There should be, there's
this-
a number on the seeker form that should say how much disturbance, Kim, but it should be on the plan too.
Yeah, it looks like this is the line for disturbance right around
Yeah, that goldish color.
that goldish color, yeah.
Yeah,
And then they,
What's the threshold that they can't
Um,
exceed?
I can look. Well, actually, it's probably on the plan, isn't it?
it should be.
Well, they don't have a variance to exceed a threshold, so it must be
Yeah.
allowable.
Usually it's on a cover sheet or,
Oh, this is a one-sheeter.
so maybe up top, maybe, where
Oh,
it'll say, usually it'll say limits of disturbance and give how much it is, give that number, somewhere,
I'm looking.
yeah.
But yeah, it wasn't mentioned in the zoning determination, so I assume they're compliant.
There's a lot of notes there, let's see. It's on the seeker form, though,
I'll go there.
yeah. Down toward the bottom. There you go, half an acre, plus or minus, about half an acre. On number 3, total acreage to be physically disturbed.
Okay.
So
Yeah.
0.5.
And they don't say whether that's, is that in the steep slope area or?
Yeah, well, whatever that gold color encircling the new build is,
Yeah.
that's that half acre area.
Yeah.
To incorporate, of course, the septic and all the improvements.
And all those purple lines show where they're gonna be regrading, is that correct?
Those are the grading lines,
Okay.
yeah,
That they'll be putting, okay.
yeah.
So
The
I see,
color does help a lot.
It really does. There's some site plans, they're really dense with information like this, and then they're all in black and white, and you're like, I don't know.
Yeah, how it used to be.
It kind of your eyes just kind of blur it all.
Yeah, they do.
well, that one's good for me.
I'm sorry.
Mhm.
That one's good for me.
So yeah, there wasn't. I mean, like I said, as long as they're not cutting any more trees than what they noted, um, I do like to put that in our comments, so people, if they think that they're gonna like cut more trees, especially with steep slopes like that, should probably reach out to the town first. I've been trying to put some of those notes in the,
Yeah,
so it's mostly clear here where they're,
or they're building, yeah.
yeah. So, but, yep.
So that's a good thing.
So any more comments before we move along?
No.
Alrighty.
I'm good.
Yeah, it looks good. It looks like it's gonna be a nice spot.
Yeah. Just, there we go. Getting reorganized here. Linda. I believe this one was another house.
Mm-hmm.
Mhm.
This one also had slopes. It had successional hardwoods and shrubland. They also have a rain garden noted on their plans. And in the seeker, or on the plan, let me go to the plan. I think it mentions that this is a wildlife corridor according to the NRI. Did you guys visit this one?
This is Onolinda.
Yep.
Onolinda.
We have surveyed it many times,
Yeah.
many
Yeah.
times.
You know, we didn't
So,
have
yes.
a laptop with us. Yeah. Didn't have a laptop with us, and it's so hard to orient yourself. This is a big area, so we were kind of unsure as exactly where the house was gonna go in this.
Kim, it would be helpful to show everybody the survey, the lot line adjustment map,
Okay.
so they could see the configuration of the lot that's going to be built upon.
I was having a hard time going back and forth between the plans and Encore trying to figure out because
So
this is the driveway, right?
Yes, it's a common driveway. The big house comes off of that. And now the people who own that are going, the Westbrooks are building a smaller home on the 11.986 acre piece. And their son lives to the south and their daughter lives to the north. So it's mostly a family
Compound.
families, yeah, family compound, yeah, for lack of a better description. And on this map, the daughter's lot, which is to the very north, got some extra land added to it. Looks like a pipe, that pipe shape.
This one?
Yeah, that's the daughter, and they added that
Oh,
land to
I see.
hers.
The
That looks like it's a Z hook, so just to expand her area to 2 acres.
got it.
But then the rest of the land, then the boundary that's around the house, the 2 acres, sold. And then the rest of that 11 acres is on, it's like both sides of the common driveway. There's a lot of lines up there.
There's a lot of lines.
Yeah,
This was a challenging one to look at.
yes, yes.
Yeah.
But I did notice that they have a little rain garden here too. So
Yeah,
I'm gonna make the same comment that they should know how to take care of it, have like a maintenance plan, and that would give
and
them the best.
there's sewer and water on that property.
Okay,
So there's no dealing with a septic.
that's nice.
Yeah,
Let's see. I would also make the same comment because it looks like there's some trees on this to not clear any more than they have to.
right. I saw Mr. Westbrook today and he said that they are not planning on just whatever's around the house, but to keep everything else intact.
So will there be trees between them and the lake?
Well, the lake is way down. I don't
Yeah.
know what sits on the parcel. Cause they're kind of up there.
Like you
They're,
said, it was
they're
a
a good distance from the lake.
it was a transitional forest, so there was probably a lot of ash, and I didn't see much as far as high quality trees, to be honest with you.
Right. Well, the Encore map should give us a good look at the plants and things, or the,
So why I was asking was for the scenic view shed overlay.
oh, right.
So, I mean, if the trees aren't going to screen the view from the lake, then they might have to submit a landscaping plan. All depends.
Yeah, I don't, I didn't notice all the documentation in the application. It might already be in there.
I didn't
Did you
see
see
any like,
anything?
I didn't see anything that was like a shoreline guideline or a landscaping plan.
That's not even the correct configuration yet. It takes the real property guys a little while to catch up.
That's not the lot.
No, not yet.
Can we look at the steep slopes?
Sure. Just let me move things around here. So they
Oh,
are
Yeah,
pretty
are they
steep.
Yeah.
Are they building in that area or not? I mean, they shouldn't be.
Well, we have to look at the contours on the map. If the contour lines are very close together, then that equals steepness, and they are. See how
Mhm.
close the lines are together there?
Mhm.
Yeah. But this is the one that needed the variance because of the degree of disturbance in a very steep slope area, right?
I don't, oh no, this particular one, they're not asking for a variance
I
that I
didn't
can determine, are they?
No.
I didn't see a
Yeah.
variance for this
No,
one.
I didn't see it either. Let me see. I have my, it's just saying it's
open up the-
single family home associated improvements on vacant parcel with an existing shared driveway. SCR1 zoning.
Well, somewhere it does say that. I don't know where I came across it, but yeah.
Don't know.
Proposed
about
area of
the-
Oh, did
disturbance
you just
is
have the zoning
25,000.
determination up?
I
I missed
did.
that.
Proposed total area of disturbance is 25,264 square feet,
Mhm.
and 15,000 is the upper limit.
Oh, I see.
Where did that come from?
Right here. If you need the code, then the code sections are all noted down here.
Yeah.
Parcel lies, it says the parcel lies in the scenic view shed overlay district. That's in the
Okay.
determination letter. Yeah, there might be a note on the map itself, but I didn't study it hard enough to notice if there was something stating
Yeah.
the view shed overlay. There might be on the map somewhere.
It was,
There's a-
it's a pretty full map.
It's a full map. Yes, it
Mhm.
is. It's only a one pager again, right?
I may have missed it, but I didn't see anything. So that's
Hmm.
something I would suggest that if they don't already have it covered, they may want to do that,
Yeah,
that shoreline guideline or that scenic view shed overlay where they're saying what can be seen from the lake.
yeah,
what
like an
couldn't be seen.
actual letter.
Yeah, and how they want to mitigate, any screening the views there. Is that is something the planning board brings up.
Oh, yeah.
So I would suggest that.
Can we skate around that map into the notes area to see if we might see something?
There's a lot of notes.
Oh, I know. I'm just trying to see if I could pick some words out real quick.
Yeah. So that verbiage about the disturbance came off the agenda. Came from somewhere.
That it was the zoning law determination.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So from the code office that comes, right?
Yes. Yeah,
Yeah.
those are the zoning officers. When these get
Yeah.
submitted, they go through them. And
Well,
these were
that's- yeah, go ahead.
these were the plants they were going to put in, I think, their rain garden.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, there's a lot of information on there.
There is. So I know when I was looking for another Anna Linda one last summer, you could see a lot of things from the lake. It's really kind of high and above County Road 16. So I'm gonna guess if the trees aren't really thick or if they're scrubby or whatever, they may want to consider putting in some trees. So native trees, hopefully.
Yeah.
All right, so anything else on that one?
Native landscaping, scenic view shed overlay / landscaping plan. So,
Is there a landscaping plan affiliated
no.
with this?
I did not see one.
No, I didn't see one.
That would be important to see something for like that, to see what they plan to do with that property once it is finished. Because it is a steep slope, whether they, plan to put a lot of trees in maybe.
Yeah. Yep.
I mean, obviously they don't want to block their view, but.
Well, Edith's talked about this. It's like she says you can, selectively prune some branches so you can still have a view, you basically have some vistas, have some little views, and you can still have a lot of screening on your house.
There's also trees that grow more upright and, they're more conical that don't spread out too. That.
Yep. So I would definitely say, definitely some caution on taking any more trees than what they've noted, because those are going to be holding all of those steep slopes. So they're going to want to be very careful. And yeah, I thought there was like a steep slope protection. It seems to me we've had applications come in front of us where they had to get a variance against that. I think Scott Hill was one of them.
Mhm.
He was putting in a
Oh, for his
garage.
garage, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was.
And I believe he had to get a variance against the steep slope protection.
Mhm.
So I'm kind of curious why it doesn't apply here and it applied there, but I can make a comment about that and just kind of question if it applies, because I don't know.
I think you should. I mean, it's an area we have expressed
Okay.
concern about.
All right. I will do that. Any other comments that people would like me to include? No, I'm gonna move along. This is kind of a crazy road. Driveway, whatever.
Yeah,
It is crazy. I don't know who plows it, but boy, he must have a hell of a truck.
Jim navigated it very well, though.
Let's see, we have that one done. We did County Road 4. We have Ladding Road. Mark's had a couple of them here tonight for us.
yeah, yeah.
See, another single family home. No, they did have
So
a,
how does one get invited? I mean, are they aware of our meeting?
they get sent messages
They
and
need like an invitation, like, you know, since you have several plans on our program tonight, would you consider attending kind of thing? I mean, should that come from us or is there, it's up to them?
that's up to them. We send the development office, since I'm the one that does it, I can tell
Yeah.
you.
Yeah, yeah.
They get
So-
sent out the link to the agenda. It
Okay.
goes out in the public messages, so all of your applicants and your
Right.
owners and
They're welcome to show up.
yep,
Yeah.
they get sent a link to the agenda, so they're welcome to come,
It's very helpful.
but
Yep.
they don't usually.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah, and it can sometimes be awkward.
Well,
What's that phrase? It is what it is.
yep. Let's go here. So this one has a lot of farmland around it. This is interesting. These are all little ponds over here.
Yeah, it's some kind of fish. Like I was looking at what their category is, their classification, and it says it could be like koi or things like that, or maybe even
Tilapia farm.
Yeah. So, and I noticed here, I can actually bring this up. This is on the layers. Ecological communities. So this is your silver maple ash swamp all back along the western edge. I know, no ash, but it is still a rare habitat type. So the NRI calls that one out specifically. So my suggestion was to not remove any trees or do anything to try and drain the swampy areas in the back, since that is a rare habitat.
yeah. It looks like they're pretty much concentrating on the northeast corner of that property anyway. Just bringing in the driveway along that flag.
Yeah,
What was the request? Was something about driveway setbacks and they just have to bring it through there to get to the building site?
it's because they're right on the municipal line
Yes.
here.
No, okay. Oh,
This
yeah,
is,
Hopewell, look at that, Hopewell Canandaigua.
yep. And so
Yeah.
that makes some of these even weirder for them to get the setbacks they need. So yeah, they have a variance, but it was all about that driveway, and
Yeah,
I didn't have any comments on that. But I would
it seems like yet another straightforward
yeah.
project.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking.
But yeah, my comments were all kind of the same sort of things I've been saying tonight, you know, don't cut down more trees than you need to. Stay out of the swamp area because it is
Right.
rare habitat.
And they
Um,
should think about, what they plant there. If it's a wet, if there's, if it's a wetland kind of area, they may want to plant trees that are do well in, red maples and possibly willow.
Absolutely.
Maybe
Yep.
a willow. I don't know. Willows are not my favorite, but they do. They serve their purpose if you have a wet area.
Yeah.
Actually, they're one of the keystone species. So if you're planting for wildlife, they are an important one. Let's see. I know there's a blue line stream, I think I remember seeing.
That's way low. Well, that's
Yep.
along the west line, so that's
Yep.
way over. Yeah, they're far away from it.
So I think those were all the things I noted. I'd suggest native landscaping. So yeah, Jim was making some good comments there, like red maple and stuff. So any other comments people have?
Not me.
Nope, I'm good.
I'm good.
Looks good.
Yeah, this looks
I
so
would love
weird.
to see all those ponds live. I should have taken a drive out there.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to check that out sometime.
Yeah, that looks so interesting, doesn't it?
Yeah. It was, I'm like, what the heck is that? So that was Ladding Road, Middle Cheshire. I got a message from Scott Harder on this next one. He said they are working on a landscape plan.
Mm-hmm.
They don't currently have it, so we don't have it to look at. We have seen this project at least 3 times now.
Yeah.
The
House is way bigger now.
the
The
applicant,
size, the footprint. Yeah.
the owner keeps changing what they want.
Yeah.
Is this the house that's being built up there now?
Yeah.
Yes.
They're gonna
We're
add,
trying to
We're trying to figure that out. If that's the house they want to expand that's being
Yeah.
built, or they want to build one next door, a new one.
No,
they're-
it's this one.
Yeah, they're adding more to it.
Okay.
Wow.
Okay. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, I was trying to figure that out too. That was so confusing. But so they have a base already, but they're going to add more base to it.
So
Okay.
they asked the engineer to submit a comparison. Let me
Yeah.
shoot this down. So this was the original one they had. Then this was the second one. We saw this one too.
Yep.
And now we're here.
Mm-hmm.
And I think some things have shifted around a little bit.
Looks like the septic is still like the second layout.
Yeah.
Only
That
now they've
looks like
they got a pool, a
Pool.
swimming pool in the front of the next one. Right?
Yeah. Pool. Proposed pool.
Proposed pool. Yeah,
Is that in the front or the back of the house?
that's in the front.
Oh, okay.
Well,
I
how do you
believe.
How do you know what's the
No,
front
wait
and
a
the back?
minute. Is that by the where's the putting green?
Putting green's up
There,
here.
yeah, so yeah, that's from the road, that's looking up from the road, yeah.
So is that technically the back?
So I'm guessing that would be
I
the
don't
front of
know.
the house.
Well, the front door is, that's the
Is
back
it
of the
the-
house.
That's the back of the house. Okay.
The view
Oh.
is the back of the house, right?
Okay.
Yeah,
They asked them to take some pictures, so there's a whole bunch of pictures in here because they were having a hard time figuring out from the plans what
Yeah.
exactly some of that looked like. So they did submit a bunch of pictures.
mm-hmm,
They got quite a view from up here.
Great view.
Yeah.
oh, yeah,
Beautiful view.
So the pool and the pine green are in the back of the house, but from the road perspective, that's what you're looking at.
right,
Okay.
correct.
Thank you.
How big
No,
is the pool?
that makes sense.
How big is the pool? I'm taking it's gonna be a,
It doesn't
indoor.
look that big,
Mm.
he doesn't say the size.
Let me see if I got the site plan, probably should.
Yeah, maybe.
So it looks like they already have the one part of the house built, so they're doing a big addition already, essentially.
Put an addition on the new house.
Yeah.
Yeah. I
Doesn't
was
look
wondering if they were building out instead of up, but they've already built, so.
I think this was another thing that had got added. There was a berm that
Oh,
they
a
were putting
berm,
in.
uh-huh.
So.
Hmm.
But I believe,
No dimensions, you'd almost have to guess. No dimensions on the pool on the drawing.
looks like a big pool.
Yeah,
What's the
Um,
scale? What's the scale?
Well, you figure that half of that structure is the house that's standing there now, so it's half, the pool is
Yeah,
out
so
front
it's
of half
not,
of the house.
isn't that important. Just curious more than anything.
yeah.
yeah.
But yeah, so they're going to have to do some scenic view shed overlay plantings to do a little screening of the house, as you could see.
A lot of
Yeah,
that.
there's nothing there.
Yeah, and you can see from some of these other pictures what they can see, so people can see them up there. So
Yes.
they did tell them at PRC that they were going to need to do some of that work, and so that's why Scott Herder wanted me to communicate that to the ECB that they are working on that, but they don't have it currently.
They don't have it yet, yeah.
But I would suggest native species. There's a lot of really beautiful. They could get some flowering, like, you know, your service berries and different things like that. I think they would really love them up there. So
Anything really wind tolerant.
Yeah, but I say
Yeah,
their,
it
their
was
tree-
windy up there.
their
Oh,
trees are
yes.
all gonna be tipping towards the lake.
actually, they might like some trees up there.
They might,
Some of that
yeah.
wind. Some trees and shrubs. We've suggested other people to have plant some shrubbery as a windbreak. Might do them a lot of good up there. But anyways, that's
Hmm.
that's what we've got for this one. So they kind of
Yeah.
keep changing. I'm like,
That might be a to be continued.
yeah,
It'll be nice to see the landscape plan
I think so.
when it comes in.
Yeah. So definitely, I mean, feel free to browse through here. They're scheduled for the planning board on the 25th. So, any other comments?
No, there was
No.
something else staked out, as Jim pointed out, but I don't know if that was the pool or the leach field, or they were doing some other work.
It almost looked like another lot there. Might be
Yeah.
another lot to the south. I guess it would be south.
At the
You mean
road?
down in here?
Well, as you go up the driveway towards the house, it almost looked like
Yeah.
there was markers for another. It could look like I thought that's what made us think there was another house going in there.
Ah,
I think initially there was supposed to be more lots at the road, but they didn't happen.
Yeah.
I mean, when it first came, when we first saw it a long time ago, and then it just came in as the one house on the property. Because that's AR, I think that's AR2, or there's no, everything has to have septic, of course, and I think the lots have to be, is it?
I
I'm
can tell
trying to
you
think. It's been a long while ago, though.
SCR1.
Yeah. Well,
So,
they must have decided not to go that route,
yeah.
because this is the whole piece.
So this is another amended site plan for us to look at. So, alrighty. Yeah, it is a steep property. So I would definitely suggest them to put some trees and shrubs in. Slow that water down.
Yeah.
Alrighty. I will move along, close up some of these. And we have one left. So this is a update to, there's 3 local law updates that they're making to the RLD. One of them was a variation on, oh, why did I click that? I don't know. I'm losing my mind. Let's see. The memo will tell us. So we had suggested, I'm just going to skip down to the bottom first. We had suggested a code change for bisected lots. So those are the 2-part lots that have a right of way, a roadway that run through them.
Mm-hmm.
And we had run across where people were building a lot on the lakeside while they had property on the upland side. And so they were like pretty much covering that like little postage stamp they had by the lake with building and hard surfaces and stuff like that. And so we had taken and kind of copied Gorham's. Well, actually, we did copy Town of Gorham's law, and that's what we had suggested. So they took that, talked about it a whole bunch, and this is what they had suggested. So they kept what we had suggested with the 50% maximum coverage on the lake portion of the property, but still had to meet the overall lot and building coverage
Mm-hmm.
for that zoning district. So it kind of limits what they could put right next to the lake. And there was a lot of discussion at the ordinance committee, and they were really concerned about what we've seen a lot of, people tearing down a small house, planning this much larger house, and then asking for a bunch of variances to build that much larger house.
Mm-hmm.
So they put also into this bisected that if there was a project involving a tear down and rebuild, that should stay to either the same footprint or that footprint if it made sense to move it a little bit on the lot. So I thought that was actually a nice update. So people can still do their rebuilds, but they won't keep bloating what they're trying to build and much larger than what that land can handle.
Yeah.
That's good. Good update.
Like what we just saw. House getting bigger and bigger.
So
Only right on a little lot on the lake.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was a big lot.
Yeah.
there are some really tiny ones that we see, like the Sandy Beach and the Fallbrook.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
And I would definitely love to see if they want to rebuild, go for it, but just stay with what you already had there. So
Yeah, we've seen a couple of those.
Yeah,
Yep.
Here, yeah, this will help. This rule will help us.
So,
Makes good sense.
Yeah, I mean, they would probably put a house to cover the whole lot if given the opportunity.
Yeah, we've seen applications that basically it's like they're on top of the next,
they're pretty
more
close.
so than they already are.
Well, it says on the landscape plan.
There
Yeah.
you go. So, if everybody's good with it, I'll say
that's a
that
thumbs up.
we support
yeah,
that.
All three of
Yep.
these rules made a lot of sense to me, so.
And then the other one, I'll work up from the bottom. The zoning board has seen a lot of variances come through with people wanting to put a generator on the property. And they wind up having to get a variance because currently they're only allowed detached, here it says, detached private garage and then one additional structure. And so if they have like a shed or something already on the property, they would have to get a variance to put that generator on because it's considered an accessory structure and it would be a second accessory structure. So basically they would allow people to have a generator without having to go through that as long as they met the zoning requirements like setbacks and
mhm,
so I'm fine as long as it meets setbacks and lot coverage and that sort of stuff. It's fine.
yeah.
I
It
think
wouldn't involve coming for a meeting then
yeah,
any longer. Yeah.
I think the
Yeah.
only thing I'd be concerned about is, and that's really a neighbor issue, is if they're like in those townhomes where they're like attached to somebody else.
Mm,
Yeah, I was just thinking about that. You get into a homeowners association, they probably have their own set of rules
they
anyway.
probably do.
Yeah,
Yeah.
they do.
So that would be my only concern is if you're in kind of like those sorts of situations where you're so close, you don't even have, like a lawn separating you of any
Yeah.
sort.
Yeah, that's true.
I don't have a good answer for that, but
Well,
that's the only place I see it being an issue. But
I think you're gonna see these battery banks taking the place of generators, in years to come, because of some of these new battery technology, you can run your whole house off of a battery pretty much. So you just have to, you would just have it hooked into the grid to charge the battery, and then when you need it, it'd hook in.
Yeah.
And then
Be
it
nice,
could also be run on solar. It could also be charged by a solar too.
yeah,
Yeah.
yep.
nice to incentivize that decision.
Kim, I think the example you were saying that you were concerned about, it seems to me like that would be out of compliance with something else. So,
Probably it may
Yeah.
not meet like the building codes where it's got to be so far away from a door or window or whatever. So it may be covered by that. But
it makes sense not to have to come to a meeting because you already have a shed, now you want a generator.
yeah.
Yeah.
So so are we supportive of this one?
Yeah, I'm very supportive.
Yes, I
Okay.
am.
Okay. Gary?
Yeah.
Jim?
Fine.
I think Jim stepped away.
Okay. So, alrighty. Yeah, that was my only concern with it, as long as they meet all the other zoning and building requirements, which, the town's not gonna let them build something that that doesn't meet those, so.
Right.
In detached garages, currently they're limited to a maximum of 900 square feet in the RLD, and they want to basically take off that size limit.
Mm-hmm.
I don't have a problem with it as long as they're not asking for variances of lot and building coverage.
Right.
Yeah, this doesn't change that. It just says that you can have more garage and less house. Right?
Yeah.
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 I
So
think
that
as long
makes
as they
sense.
got the property, to
Yeah.
have it,
Yeah.
that's fine.
Yeah,
please.
sounds good.
Please
Yeah.
don't come asking for variances.
Yes, as long as they stay away from variances, we're okay with it.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Well, the zoning board needs something to do. That's
Okay.
a good one. That's a good one. These
Yeah.
are all three
Chainsaw.
good. Yeah.
I like
Chainsaw.
that. I like that these were all like together too, because they're all for the RLD. So
Yeah.
It all makes
I thought
sense.
it made sense. So, alrighty,
Good.
perfect. And that was it for our referrals. Did anybody have anything that they wanted to share, talk about, or want to go eat supper?
I did do a training hour yesterday with a program
the
on native bees and honeybees, and yeah, it was really interesting. It was.
I also did it.
Oh, you were there.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah.
Jim,
How
if
do,
if you got a certificate for that, send it to me. We keep a spreadsheet of the training hours.
okay, I
So-
assume, they said to send them an email, so I'm assuming they'll send send it via email.
Yeah,
Okay.
Jim, I requested one right after the meeting. I just sent them an email requesting it, and they sent it today.
Okay, I haven't gotten one so far, so
Yeah.
I hope I did it right.
Yeah. And they
Perfect.
aren't giving
Yeah.
it to everybody. You gotta basically request it.
Yeah, I did request it.
Oh, okay. Yeah, you'll probably get it.
So I put all that stuff into a spreadsheet. So definitely send it my way when you take training. We can take training on a lot of different things.
Mhm.
So I just took one last week on the comprehensive plan. So
And how many hours are we beholden to a year?
so when you're a new member, I believe it's 12, or is it 14? Something like that. I can double check. It's one of the two. And then after that first year, then it's only 4.
Oh, okay.
Wow,
So
okay.
I'm in my second.
so but yeah, feel free. There's a lot of different options. There's a monthly boot camp one that's free. The link for that one is on our agenda.
Mhm.
There are some other links for some training things, so definitely feel free to take any of those or other ones that you find. I know last year I took the native plant symposium that they teach in Ithaca.
Mhm.
That one was good. So,
And it doesn't have to. It can be. We can find other opportunities and let you know what they are. Like, yeah.
yeah,
Okay.
yep. And if you don't get a certificate, just try and give me something that has information about it or whatever. So I can put that in the file and all is good.
Each class is considered 1 point or 1 credit?
It's hours.
Yeah, it's hours. So
Oh, okay. So that
if you were to
piece
do like a 3-hour workshop on something relevant, that would count as 3.
Yeah.
Mhm.
oh, okay.
Yep.
So it's hours, okay.
So
Yeah. So Kim, you have the training, some ideas for training listed, but it's not. We're not limited to those things.
you're definitely not limited to those. We can take training on a lot of different subject matter. So, did anybody have anything else that they would like to talk about?
I'm all set.
I'm good.
Newsletter went out today. So, I didn't have an article, but what I did do was just take a bunch of different little news blurbs, that were like environmental related, and I just put those together and I did that.
I'll contribute for the next one.
Perfect.
I know I'm gonna do it. I just don't know what it's gonna be yet, but
Okay.
it'll be good, I hope. So I see the tree committee is looking for members.
They
Huh?
are. They are. They're looking for people. It doesn't have to be any particular knowledge that you have. They just want people interested in
Yeah,
trees.
yeah, that's a
So
possibility.
they're looking to maybe do the Tree City USA, and one of the things is having a tree board.
Huh?
And so they're looking on bringing on some new members too for that. So
Mhm.
it's an idea, and that actually goes along with the stuff that we were covering tonight with the points and all of
Yeah,
that.
that sounds interesting. What was the name of that young lady, Rachel?
Rachel.
That was interesting.
Mhm.
We had a lot of those things that she was talking about. So
We did.
So is the town's already signed up for that?
they're registered, but they
Registered.
haven't gone to like the next step and
Hmm.
basically proven that they've got these different things like the comprehensive plan. And so they just basically somebody needs to do the paperwork more or less.
Yeah.
So
Kim, all your free time's all
Yeah,
used up,
yeah,
huh?
Kim, got room on your plate now?
I can talk to Sarah about that though, because I know that actually is work Sarah used to do before
Oh,
she became the planner. She was the one that would do a lot of that sort of grant, pulling together the information,
yeah.
writing like the PDRs for like the agricultural places and things like that. And I don't believe they have anyone that's currently doing that work at the town.
Hmm.
So
Well, I'd like to, continue some level of involvement, but
okay.
Uh,
Well, from what she said, there was like a whole task force would
Right.
need to be one of the goals,
She mentioned-
milestones.
Yeah, she mentioned having maybe the supervisor be present, right?
Mhm.
And someone to head, just to make sure that everyone's on the same page.
And it
Like
would
some
have to
town
be,
assistance to like our board, say, if we
Yeah.
decide to do it.
mhm.
Yeah, I think it's I mean, it sounds like something that should be in our purview as long as like we can handle it in our sort of monthly agendas to help accomplish it, then I don't see why we can't sort of be that oversight board.
Sure.
Yeah.
I think it would be great because if we can like start moving that stuff along, when she was talking about the CFA, that's like the state's big grant money funding piece. That's where you get a lot of money for different projects out of.
Hmm.
And
Yeah,
so if they're looking for this sort of information, it's important for even non-environmental projects in the town. So,
Yeah.
to get access to the cash.
so
Yeah, that makes sense.
very cool. Yeah, I can. So she talked about a staff person would need to be involved. So
She did say that, yeah.
I will, that's something I'll have to talk to Sarah about and see where we could take that if everybody's interested and
Well,
seeing what
sounds
we
like
can-
we might have a really good jump on it.
I think so.
If we
Yeah.
can put that towards something more positive for our town, that'd be a neat thing.
Yeah.
Yeah, Rachel made it sound like half, but it could be like half in the bag, like in terms of the job of
Yeah.
to get the status, right? So
Yeah. Sounds like we got
Yeah.
a head start.
Very cool.
yeah,
Mhm.
maybe at the next meeting we can just look at what the next steps are and like what
What's
our
involved, yeah.
Yeah, just to make sure it's like again sort of within our monthly workload. I know some months we don't have as much, and so yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I'm looking forward to some of those months.
I think last month we got done early, right? Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, I think I
Yeah,
might have
quite
bitten off more than I can chew here.
Nah. Sorry, I missed you on the distribution. I had copied an old one and you weren't on that, so I apologize.
That's all right. I'll get over it.
It's been a busy week. So, well, if there's nothing else, we can call it for tonight.
Okay.
I just need a motion to adjourn.
So moved.
Second,
Second.
all in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Right.
Well, thank you, everyone.
Thank
Thank
you.
you.
Good to see everybody.
See
See
ya.
you next month.
Yep.
Have a good night.
Bye-bye.
Have a
Bye.
good one.
Stay
Bye.
warm.
Yeah.
Yeah. Thanks, Kim.
Yep. Thank you.